Now, I started Daniel chapter 5 on this, and what I got back there showing you the vessel of God. And I want to show how God connects his part into other parts of Bible props. That way you can't not say this is not the works of God. Uh, I'm going to connect this part, Daniel chapter 5, to the book of Habakkuk chapter 2. Habakkuk chapter 2. First, let me read to you uh, Daniel chapter 5, verse 1. Belshazzar, the king, made a great feast to 1,000 of his lords, and drank wine before the 1,000. Belshazzar, while he tasted the wine, commanded to bring the golden and silver vessels which his father Nebuchadnezzar had taken out of the temple, which was in Jerusalem, that the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines might drink therein. Then they brought the golden vessels that were taken out of the temple of the house of God, which was at Jerusalem. And the king and his princes, his wives, and his concubines drank in them. They drank wine and praised the God of gold, and of silver, of brass, of iron, of wood, and of stone. And now, let me stop right here first. You notice that head was of gold in Daniel chapter 2. The arms and the chest was silver. The breast and the thighs was brass, and the leg was iron, and the feet was part iron and part clay. I said this was the United States of America. But let me finish this, and I will go to Habakkuk and prove this. In the same hour came forth, verse 5, Daniel 5:5. In the same hour came forth fingers of a man's hand, and wrote over against the candlestick upon the plaster of the wall of the king's palace. And the king saw the part of the hand that wrote. Then the king's countenance was changed, and his thoughts troubled him, so that the joints of his loins were loose, and his knees smote one against another. The king cried out aloud to bring in the astrologers, the Chaldees, and the soothsayers. And the king spake and said to the wise men of Babylon, whosoever shall read this writing read this writing and show me the interpretation thereof, shall be clothed with scarlet, and have a chain of gold about his neck, and shall be the third ruler in the kingdom. Okay. Okay. They took and drunk out of the vessels of God. Let me see if I get this back right here. These, the children of Abraham, the 12 tribes, are the vessels of God. What it was, the Ark of the Covenant was given as a symbol, and the law of Moses becomes the wine of the vessel, because it was ordained through the blood of Jesus Christ and his two witnesses, who was made the utmost sacrifice of three symbols, three sacrifices in 3 years, which was the three signals of God. These became the law. Jesus was the law of Moses, became the law of Moses. Once he was slain through his blood, these became the vessels that entomb the blood of Jesus because he was born of this family. The mercy seat, as you seen, was separated, and Jesus had to go back to his Father in heaven, taking with him all three of these had to be slain. The one witness, two witnesses, and Jesus Christ, which was the voice of God, came from sin. They had to be slain and taken up. But when he was gone, called back up to his Father, the United States came over there in these troubled times and slew the people and took the wine that was in the vessels of God's law, which is the law of Moses, and poured his substance of law into the vessel, which was the children, which was the law called democracy. This comes to the United States of America. Now, let me stop right here for a minute. He said the countess fell when he seen the hand writing on the wall. This is the transcending of the book of Habakkuk. The first part of the Habakkuk talk of Habakkuk spoke concerning the Chaldees who were built in haste to nation, who would go and march through the breadth of the earth, taking land which was not theirs. Let me read this here. And when they do this, they come back as a nation, haste to eat. But listen to what chapter 2 said when he spoke concerning this Habakkuk. Chapter 2. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he say. He will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that read it. Okay. There was a handwriting that came up on the wall. God having me to make it plain on these tables, but it is not from me. It's the handwriting of God who guides me into making these things, the same as it was in the vision that when Nebuchadnezzar taken and drinking out of the vessels of God. Today, the United States of America is drinking out of them the vessels of God. What simply means taking it and denying the purpose God, forbidding the purpose that God intended was to keep the law of Moses and placing a law called democracy in there. So this is why the same thing is coming up on the United States of America. This is what he's telling me to show them, because he's showing me that he's going to cut the crude oil where it won't yield its strength. Now, let me just show you that. Then now this here going to transcend and it's going to prove what I'm saying. Verse 8 of Daniel chapter 5. Then came in the king wise men, but they could not read the vision, read the writing, now make known to the king the interpretation of thereof. Okay, let me go to another part here, because I want to quote as, okay, the king, okay, now the queen, 10, verse 10 and 5 in Daniel 5. Now the queen, by reason of the word of the king, and his lord came into the banquet house, and the queen spake and said, O king, live forever, that not thy thoughts trouble thee, now let thy countenance be changed. Then there is a man in thy kingdom, in whom is the spirit of the holy God, and in the days of thy father light and understanding and wisdom, like the wisdom of the gods, was found in him, whom the king Nebuchadnezzar thy father, the king, I say thy father, made master of the magicians, astrologers, Chaldees, and soothsayers. For as much as an excellent spirit, knowledge, and understanding, interpreting of dreams, and showing of hands, sentence of dissolving of doubt, were found in the same Daniel, whom the king named Belshazzar. Now let Daniel be called, and he will show the interpretation. Now,